Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 Midday starts now.
Thanks for joining us for Newswatch 12 Midday. I'm Allie Herrera. We'll learn more about the charges filed against a man accused in a deadly shooting in Stevens Point. Suspect Kyle Engen was captured in Granby, Colorado in April. Online court records show Engen's been charged with second-degree intentional homicide as well as 2 counts of attempted homicide and having a gun as a felon. A press conference is planned for Thursday at Stevens Point Police Department to answer questions about the case. Engen is accused in the March 17th shooting of Deontay Lazine, who later died. Lazine was shot during an apparent drug deal several blocks from east of UW Stevens Point campus. Lazine drove away from the shooting and ended up at UWSP's Health Enhancement Center. Medics took him to nearby St. Joseph's Hospital. He was then moved to another hospital for additional treatment and later died. A second shooting victim got medical treatment of his own in Racine.
Well, one round of showers is moving through the area right now. We'll get a little bit of a break earlier this afternoon, then more showers and a few thunderstorms possible by the afternoon and evening hours. A live look outside our sky cam right now shows cloudy skies. The rain has pretty much ended here in Rhinelander, but the pavement's still a bit wet from those showers we've seen here over the past hour or so. Temperatures in the lower 60s, dew points starting to climb a little bit in the upper 50s now. Rain continuing to fall in areas around Anago, Wausau, down towards Mosinee and Stevens Point. Off to the north and west, things have dried out for the short term. You can see that rain continuing to fall down I-39, but areas to north and west might actually see a little bit of sunshine here early this afternoon, but more showers and storms continuing to develop across southeastern Minnesota, and that's what we can expect as we head into the evening hours. Otherwise, high temperatures warm into the lower range of the 70s with scattered showers and storms. More details on that rain chance for the overnight hours coming up my full forecast in just a few minutes. Allie?
Thanks, Chad. The Minocqua Town Board member hit by lightning this week died from his injuries yesterday. 66-year-old Brian Jennings was hit by lightning on Tuesday morning. The Minocqua Police Department responded to the call on Tanglewood Court in Minocqua around 6:30. Jennings was first taken to Howard Young Medical Center in an ambulance, but was eventually taken to a burn unit in Madison. Jennings joined the Minocqua Town Board in February of 2002. He was a member of the town's planning commission. Police in Wausau tell us that a bird watcher spotted the body of a missing Wausau man in Lake Wausau. Police have been looking for Brian Rossell since Monday. So far, investigators are treating the death as a homicide. Rossell was last seen on Sunday night near Stewart and South 3rd Avenues in Wausau. Police say Rossell had PTSD and left his ID and phone in his unlocked apartment. Police say he was acting oddly over the weekend. Some people in Rhinelander want the city government to do a better job at listening to their concerns and ideas about the city's park. That was among the major themes at one of yesterday's public forums on city parks. Oneida County's UW Extension facilitated the session. Many people seem to feel the city doesn't take their input into consideration.
I think they're passionate about the parks. I get a sense they feel they haven't been listened to. People may not have been comfortable how decisions have been made.
The City Parks Committee is working on a master plan. The public input sessions are part of the process.
This meeting will help the Parks Committee know what people think the priorities are and how they, how they want decisions to be made.
Input on who should pay for parks, how parks should be used, and handicap accessibility is among the information to be passed on to the Parks Committee from the sessions. A former Merrill choir teacher may end up going to jail for up to 6 years. Thursday, a judge found 26-year-old Chase Tonar guilty of sexual assault in Lincoln County Court. Tonar pled no contest to sexual assault of a student by school staff Thursday afternoon. Tonar is accused of having sex with a student both while he was a teacher at Merrill High School and after he resigned last May. In court Thursday, 2 other felony counts and 2 misdemeanors were dismissed.
Mr. Tonar changed his plea from not guilty to no contest. On one of the felony counts, The others were dismissed in Radian.
Police arrested Tonar last July. Lincoln County District Attorney Dodd Dunphy says he will ask for jail time. Tonar is free on $2,500 cash bond. The maximum sentence for the sexual assault charge is 6 years and a $10,000 fine. After 35 years of working for the Merrill Police Department, Chief Ken Neff will retire in March. He started working for the department in 1982, and 5 years ago, he became Chief of Police. After the years, he's especially liked doing community night out and teaching the DARE program to students.
And I'm talking to parents of kids who I had in DARE. So that's, to me, that was the signal that, yeah, I'm getting up there, and because now we're graduating students of my DARE students.
Neff's father was a police officer in Minocqua, and now Neff's son is a police officer in Appleton. He says it seems the job has become more dangerous over the years, so he always looks out for his officers.
One of the things I've always been concerned about the last few years is having some tragedy like that happen here in Merrill under my watch. And you know, it's one of those things, I don't want to see any of my officers get injured. I don't want to see them involved in any of those critical incidents.
Neff said he wants to spend more time with his grandkids once he retires. Flooding in parts of southwest Wisconsin pushed back the start of Richland County Fair. You're seeing some video of some of the flooding that hit southern Wisconsin. The first day of the Richland County Fair was canceled Thursday. That's never happened before in the event's 150-year history. The parking lot and a majority of the barns were flooded by the week's heavy rain. Fair employees and volunteers went to work when the water started to recede late Thursday. They cleaned the barns to prepare for the arrival of livestock. They hope to get the fair underway today.